Welcome to the Love and Victory Show with Val, where we will bring you candid conversation. In each conversation, we will talk about real life ups and downs while tackling unresolved matters. We will also unmask issues and truly speak straightforward and candid about our needs and brokenness, while allowing ourselves to exhale so that we can become victorious. This is a place where you can be open to the possibilities of living life in abundance while gaining tools to become bold and complete. So let's get to it. We have amazing guests each week, and today is no exception. Join us as we change lives one conversation at a time. You know what to do. Now let's get to it.
We don't take celebrations lightly. Check out what Val was up to this week.
Hi, my name is Taj here at Pure Spa Marriott Marquis, Houston, and I was able to service Miss Valerie.
Oh my God, let me tell y'all, if you haven't heard about this place, it's a hidden jewel. I booked my service here. It was top notch. Today is my birthday. Today is my 61st birthday. They did everything to ensure that my day, my week was going to be special. And to top it off on this day, they exceeded my expectations. So if you haven't heard, check this place out. It's worth the time and it's definitely worth the money.
I got to give a big shout out to the Houston Marriott Marquis and their amazing team. You made my birthday special. Thank you. All righty, we are back. Okay. I just had to throw my birthday in there again. I just want y'all to keep on going. Y'all got the whole month of August to just flood me with love and happy birthdays. Okay, then. Well, we're ready for this conversation. I hope y'all enjoyed the music. And this conversation, if you didn't know, it is the love I had to fight for. This is going to be hot. When I tell you we're not going to hold back, we're going to have a conversation and we're going to be real. If we can, we ready for the acronym?
Today's acronym is PURSUE.
Pursue.
Yes. P is for power, the capacity or ability to direct or influence the behavior of others or the course of events. We have U for understand, interpret or view something in a particular way. We have R for revive, restore to life or consciousness. S for stand by, readiness for duty or immediate deployment. U for unwavering, steady or resolute. And E for equip, supply with the necessary items for a particular purpose. Pursue.
Pursue. All righty then. When we came up with this title,
What are we pursuing?
well, we're going to talk about it because I got pursued.
Oh.
Okay, then. So when we came up with this title, yes, Rosemary asked about this, and I know she probably thought we forgot about it. But it was such a good topic that she asked us to talk about. We really had to put some thought and make sure that we had the right people around us to have this real conversation. And Rosemary, I think you got us. So we're going to talk about, and if I can, I'm going to start with you, Molly.
Okay.
When you hear this topic, the love I had to fight for, what's the first thing that came to your mind?
The first thing that came to my mind, honestly, was me fighting with myself, if that makes sense.
Yes.
I guess I should explain that a little bit. But in previous relationships, I always thought that like fighting for love for me meant like, oh, I have to like fight for attention. I have to fight off advances from other people, right? And a man.
Yes.
Or women.
Or women, right?
Don't forget.
But with my current fiance, like the fight there, like it's been so easy with the two of us. It's been so remarkably easy. But the fight to get there, I think of like that internal struggle to defeat whatever negativity I had going on in my mind. to grow and heal from past relationships in order to be accepting of the type of love that he had to offer.
Oh, that's real good. Okay. Brother Carter, when you heard this title, when you looked at it this morning, what came to your mind?
Thinking more like Molly. When I first heard it, I was first had to think about what I was fighting for. I had to fight for my own peace, my own joy, my own love for oneself for one time, because I couldn't love anyone else because I didn't care much about my own self at time in my life. So yes, when I seen that the title of the show, I instantaneously thought I had to fight for the love for myself.
And for me, when we were coming up with the title, even though Rosemary had, wanted us to talk about it, when we were coming up with the title, it resonated. The title resonated so much because we don't think about how we have to fight for something that's important, because that fight also means that you have to deal with that baggage that you come into the relationship with. And so for me, it was really like, okay, before I can even start to fight for the relationship, I got to start working through some of these traumas, some of these issues I have within. So I'm definitely ready for this conversation. I think it's going to be very good. And Rosemary, I definitely would love for you to engage. So I'm going to ask you guys, if you could, how do you know it's love instead of infatuation? So when you got into the relationship or you met someone, we've all had different types of relationships at different points in time. Let's just think about the first one that we thought, oh my God, this is absolutely going to be love. How did you know if it was love or if it was just an infatuation, or you was just kind of caught up in it because that was the popular one, or he was so fine, or I got the catch? I'll throw it at you.
So I think my answer to that is kind of two-pronged, because I've definitely been in love before, but that has been different and not as complete as the love that I have now. So I'll say in previous relationships, I knew that I was in love because I was all about that person. And in other relationships, I could be very, very distant.
Okay.
I was like, I don't want to be around you.
Okay. But you wanted the relationship. I was
very hot and cold. Yeah, I wanted the relationship, the companionship, whatever. But I was like, I don't really like you like that. So when I had a person who I was like, oh no, I want to be around you all the time.
Yeah.
To me, at that point, that was love. Now, some people may still call that infatuation. For me, that's what I termed love, just because of my own experience.
I don't necessarily think that it's infatuation, because if it's someone that you really enjoy being around, I think that is something very good, because if you don't want to be around them, you're staying in that relationship because it's convenient.
Yes.
Or it's, you don't want to look like you're losing. All right, I'm going to flip this to
Can a relationship start off as
being infatuated?
And it turns into love?
Yeah.
I think so. For me.
I would say absolutely.
If I think about our relationship when we first started.
As kids.
What
do you really know about love?
Well, I didn't, but I do know when I saw you, not even thinking about a relationship in the 6th grade, but when I saw you literally walking down the hall, I'm like, that's going to be my husband. I'm like, you don't even know what those words mean. So I think there was such an infatuation with you. Wasn't like you was like now
with the thought that you said that you saw me and say that's going to be my husband, or what?
Yeah, just if I looked at your physique and all, we weren't like the cutest people coming up, you know what I'm saying? I'm being honest. So I think when I saw you, I saw
you should have an old picture of us.
I know we should,
school,
so y'all can see how we look. Aaron, I might have to send that over to y'all so y'all can upload it real quick for the people. So I think that for me, when I saw you, I think I saw God showed me something past the physical. I got to see you, the person, from the inside. So I guess, and not even knowing, and then we're moving on.
I didn't even know who I was on the inside.
Yeah. that's kind of how it goes. So if I ask you guys, so have you guys ever been infatuated with someone, or come on, jump on it?
Sure. I mean, I would say definitely. I guess it depends on what you describe as infatuation or it. But I mean, throughout school, I've had crushes. I've liked people. I've gotten into relationships. I don't know how you can describe relationship when you're
still a baby.
Yeah. But you know, it's never been love.
Okay.
So I guess, infatuation. I liked the idea of being with someone more than I liked the person.
Yes.
And I think that's what, like, I honestly, I think that's what it was a lot of the time. Is I never really liked the person. I just liked the idea of being in a relationship.
That's some brute honesty right there.
I saw the person. I was like, you would be a good person to be in a relationship. Like, it would look good to be with you. And I feel like that's kind of what I thought more than I like you. I want to be with you. I want to spend my life with you.
I think I like that honesty there, because I think when you're early in a relationship, I think unless you just absolutely know this is the person, I think that's kind of what it starts off being like. Wouldn't you agree? Or do you think it's absolutely, I know this is the man for me?
No, I don't, or at least in my experience, it's not like absolute. I do think that it's like, this is someone special. So I do think for me, at least, it's more than it's more than like this person is going to look good like next to me, or like we're going to be a power couple or whatever. There's like that extra indefinable something that exists. But I don't think that is necessarily love at that point.
I agree.
Because I think, honestly, for me, I feel like you have to know a person on a much deeper level in order for it to be love. You have to see them at their worst. You have to have them see you at your worst.
I agree.
At my worst.
I 100% agree.
That's when you know it's love. When you see them at their worst and you still care for them the way you do.
When you see them mad, when you see them sick, when they see you sick and they're like, they're taking care of you, I'm like, okay, that's when I know
that you really care about me.
Right? If it's just, going out, we're having a good time, and we're going on dates, we're hanging out, like that's the easy stuff.
I'm going to throw this at you, and I love this question.
So before you move to the next question, when you start talking about relationships, being with somebody and talking about I'm in love with this person or that person, it's hard enough trying to figure out how you feel about yourself right now as individuals, because we have a tough time just loving the one in the mirror versus trying to say I love someone outside of that mirror.
Well, do you think that comes, it's harder for men than it is for women, or do you think it's equal?
No, I think it's equally spread. I believe it is, because I think more women suffer from
imposter.
No, I don't have those terms that y'all have. Okay. So, but I think more women have these self-conscious, subconscious feelings about themselves versus more men. More men feel more positive about themselves.
Well, I disagree. I'm gonna tell you why I disagree. I think men hide it better. I'm gonna tell you, I think men hide it better than women, because women, we're emotional beings. We wear it on our shoulders a little more than men. Men know how to posture like it really doesn't bother them. But I honestly think from a woman's perspective, you see ours, what we struggle with, where you guys just bounce early on, especially until they become men, boys, you just bounce on to the next thing. You'll move on to the next woman when things start to get a little tough.
So I characterize that individual as a person that really haven't absorbed and start loving himself, that's bouncing around. He's trying to figure himself out.
Right.
Go ahead, Bella, because the one that read books.
Well, actually, I was going to relate this to the podcast that I've been listening to. It's a Greek mythology podcast, so it talks a lot about ancient Greece. And back then, things were very different, obviously, but it was a very patriarchal system. So men were just inherently good, like being a man, whether you were strong, like, yes, there were things like, to be a strong soldier, whatever, blah, blah, but just being a man was inherently
good. Like you're already great. You're better than anybody because you are a man. And I think you see that as times go on. So I think that's why you would say women are like more insecure, because throughout history, men were fine just because they were men. They didn't have to change. They were already born, and they were born great because they were a man. They were treated differently. So women had to conform and fight to be accepted and treated well and just be secure. So I think that translates into how we are now. Men aren't used to that criticism as much. Obviously that's changed. There are a lot of insecure men.
I'm pushing back. I'm still pushing back even then. And I like that I like that point. I'm not saying it's not a good point, but I do think even back then men suffered with
sure.
Exactly, because
definitely
the whole thing is they put up this facade, you know, and I, when I say men, I mean, you know, I'm not saying man, boy, whatever. They put up this facade. And I think that they are very good at putting up this facade, this toughness, where women, being that emotional being who did not, we just had to be in place. So we had to look a certain way. We had to carry ourselves a certain way.
I kind of want to hear y'all's thoughts on this.
Yeah.
So I hear what you're saying, but I kind of want to push back just a little bit, at least in like the historical sense.
Push. We can handle it.
Historically speaking, we build off ideas of those that are behind us, right? Like, so we get the benefit of like 2,000 years, like Plato. He was just kind of seeing what was like throwing pasta on the wall, right? But so I would say like historically, I would kind of lean more with Bella, but then over time, as we become aware of different things, now because we're so aware of like the mental health sphere and like that particular approach and everything, like kind of going back to what you're getting at, I think the idea is there, but the more in-depth understanding how to express it is something more recent, maybe like the 1800s, 1900s.
And so that's what I say. I think
but the overall thing, I think what it goes back to, I think women are more expressive when it comes to processing it because of how we think, where it's all like spaghetti brain everywhere.
I'm still pushing back. Come on, jump in here. I'm still pushing back. I think the men, some of the men, even back then, were inept. You know, I hate to be this person like I am bashing men. I'm not bashing. What I'm saying, I think the same thing was in place for men then. They just had a hierarchy.
That's what I was trying to say, is that they were still insecure. So they still had their problems. They still wanted to be the toughest soldier and warrior and all of that. Their goals were different, but they still had those insecurities.
Yes.
It was just because society treated men better, they had to have this standing point
100%
above them. So they couldn't express that anxiety. And if they did, it was
weak.
Yes. So that's what I'm saying.
And so I have to agree with Val on this because men have always had like a shield or a cover or something for them, where women were always exposed. And so therefore, men always felt a little more confident about themselves, a little more prideful about ourselves because we always had the covering. We always had a shield or something to shed our weaknesses, should I say. And so
where a woman was just wide out there. Well, there's some good comments coming here because Ricky is going in ham. If y'all can, Ricky is going in. He's well, hurry up and come to the show. You can catch it before we over with Ricky. All right, then let's go.
Well, before I get into Ricky, we'll go for Sandy Park. Did you guys ever let go of the person you love without fighting for it?
Actually, for me, I'm gonna straight up say, obviously, I didn't. You know, I tried to. We literally broke up for 2 years. And in my head, I really thought, and in my heart, I really thought we were done. You know, anybody would ask, I'm done. I'm over this. I can't deal with it anymore. Thank God, God saw something different. And he was persistent, you know, and I think those 2 years, God had to work on him and work on me.
Definitely.
Was he persistent during the whole 2 years or like towards the tail end right before y'all got back together?
No, I think it was literally, I want to say almost a year, you know, because I don't think it was right before we got back together because really it had a lot to do with us getting back together with him because I was done in my head. So he pursued, and I can honestly say I got pursued.
I was going to say, yes, I have let go of a person that I love without fighting for it, but I think my circumstances are I think with everything that we talk about, sometimes there has to be a caveat that if you are in a toxic relationship, it like you, and a lot of times people feel like, oh, if I just fight through this, if I just do something differently, like that's going to change everything. Right. Even with what we were talking about before, the mindset, if I fix something, and in that situation, even though I loved the person, I had to come to the realization, like, I cannot be treated this way. Like, even though I love this person, even though I want it to work more than anything, like this is no way to live.
This is not healthy.
And this is not how I would want anyone to live. And so I had to let that go. And so, and I say this because I think that's an important thing, because I think people hold on to relationships because they love the person, and they're like, no, I can, if I just push through, if I just fight, sometimes you have to know, sometimes you have to pick your battles.
Yes. And you have to know when to let go.
You have to know when to let go.
Yes. You know, and are you staying in it?
Toxic and harmful to you.
But are you staying in it?
And there's so many people that are staying in relationships that is very toxic.
Yes.
But they comfortable in the toxicity for some reason.
Because the good things are really good.
I think I don't even know if they are comfortable in it, or it's become their norm. And I think that they feel in their mind, if they walk away from it, they're going to lose. But if I can look into this camera and tell you, when you choose you, and you walk away from something that is difficult, and you're going to feel lonely, you're going to feel like, oh, hey, I lost. No, you're going to win, because if it's for you, it's going to come back around and it's going to work itself out. So I do want to keep going with these questions. Oh my God. This is good.
So we have Ricky. In order to know that person is the one, you have to know that you are the one as well. Meaning you can explain who you are and why you are with no hesitation.
Yes. Oh, read that one more time.
Really?
Take the time. Come on. Read it again.
Okay. Dropping gems here.
Yes.
In order to know that person is the one, you have to know that you are the one as well. Meaning you
pause right there.
Right there. Stop right there. Period. You have to know. That part right there, I think, is so key in everything that he said there. So we can read that one more time.
That's kind of like what I was saying earlier. You have to first learn how to love yourself. Know that you're the one.
You are the one.
Versus trying to make somebody else the one. You're just trying to fit in something.
So you're trying to fit yourself in somebody else's world.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All righty. You want me to read it?
Yes.
Yeah, continue.
Okay. In order to know that person is the one, you have to know that you are the one as well. Meaning you can explain who you are and why you are with no hesitation.
Right. Perfect. Okay, next.
All righty. We have Ricky again.
Ricky.
He's here. He's
are you driving?
Oh, yeah.
You're good, man. Driving. You got quotation marks and everything. Periods, everything. Got the commas.
Man, how you doing that?
Yeah.
You have a typewriter in your car instead of a steering wheel? Okay, go ahead.
Men hide their insecurities by distracting themselves with hobbies, sports, food, random sex. In short, men who are insecure don't have the intentional mindset and actions.
That part right there. And that's what I was saying. Men have so many things that they can hide behind. Brother Carter said that they can hide behind, and they can, manifest themselves into something else for you to see on the outside, when in fact they are just still broken.
Twisted, perverted.
Yeah. Oh, baby, were you twisted and perverted?
Not I. I was intentional.
So you was intentional by going, okay. So, baby, okay, we're going to ask
I was very intentional.
You was intentional about cheating?
Yes, when I cheated, I was intentional.
Okay, see,
that's what I wanted to do.
You know what?
I wasn't trying to cover, hide, or nothing.
You know what? That's what I love that, and you guys should love this about Brother Carter. He stands in his truth, and he's honest. I think we both do, and thank God we got through.
I never cheated while we were married. Let's get that point out there.
Okay, thank you.
We've been married 35 years right now. No.
Go ahead.
That was prior to marriage.
Period. All right, then. Let's keep going.
Ricky did respond, lol, yes, I have skills. Please drive safe.
Please drive safe.
Do not try this at home. All right, clearly he's an expert.
Obviously, he's at the stoplight.
Oh,
He's at the stop sign. There's no traffic.
Yes. Oh, my God.
He pulled over to the side, typed, and then got back on.
And, and then I see.
Be safe, Ricky. We'll see you in the shout.
Okay. And then I think we had Ladita in here because I think she was humming in on Ricky's comments. So, hey, daughter, good morning. Good morning. All righty, then let's keep this conversation going. So,
all right.
So if we go ahead. Go ahead. Keep going.
Brandy Murphy, I did everything, but in the end, I got nothing.
Ooh. Well, here's the thing. Maybe you did too much. Again, sometimes we as women put everything into something that was never meant for us in the first place. We had this figment of imagination of what we thought the relationship, and Brenda, is it Brenda or Brendy?
Brendy.
Okay. Sometimes we have, and I have to put myself out there. Sometimes we have this figment of imagination of what we think a relationship is supposed to be, this Cinderella concept of a relationship. And we're trying to marry that relationship with someone that is not even, our prince is not even there. What we have there is a toad and a frog. And so we're wanting to make them into something that they're not ready to be. You get what I'm saying? And so we take ourselves through all of that trauma.
Yes.
And we're there and we don't want to get off because now we've spent so much time.
Now.
Yes. And we spend so much time in it. Now we're worrying about what the friends are going to say, what the family members are going to say. Bump that. When you get a sign, then you see the signs long before. When you get a sign, you need to choose you. Get off of it and don't worry about what someone else has to say. If it's not healthy for you, it's not healthy, period. Okay.
Especially those of you out there, I want to talk to both women and men that are in very abusive situations right now. This situation is not going to change anytime soon. It is better to release yourself from these traumas and I don't advocate for divorce. Don't get me wrong. I don't advocate for divorce. But you have to choose you.
You have to.
You have to choose you somewhere along the line.
And choosing you doesn't necessarily mean that you have to divorce if you're in a relationship. Sometimes you have to just step away because you need to get you some help. There are licensed people, Stephanie, there are licensed people out there that can help work you through that, but at the same time, Ricky, there are great coaches, there are great people out there, but you have to choose, you have to work on you before you can even start to be okay in a relationship. Because I think back to our relationship. I was a child. We were children coming into a relationship that were so unready for any type of relationship. But we had in our mind, we're going to spend the rest of our life together. We had this picket fence idea of what a relationship was. But we thought it was the same. He's coming from his own brokenness. I'm bringing my brokenness in it. And now we're trying to put this thing together.
Because I didn't come from a picket fence situation. Neither did you.
No, I did not. Right. We didn't. Even though I had two parents in the home, it still was dysfunctional, And so I like to say, sometimes people like to put out there, because you have both parents in the home, you came from a real American family. There were still things that go on behind the scenes, and you're taught in our generation, don't talk about it, keep it quiet. Well, those things that I saw, that we knew, those things were built up in me, so then I brought my brokenness, my wall. He broke his. He comes from a single parent home. He brought his into the home, and now we're trying to marry this thing into a real relationship. Hot mess. Hot mess. So,
and there are a lot of people out there that are trying to form a relationship out there. So understand that you're both bringing in luggage into a relationship.
Yes.
And the higher you go in a relationship, is based on how much luggage you can, how much stuff you can take out of that luggage bag to keep yourself, that luggage bag will hold you down.
Ooh. That's like all the luggage I packed to go for a weekend. Just imagine that being problems.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Because you got a whole cart of stuff there, and he just got one bag, and he's saying to the people, the bellman and everybody else, all of those are hers. But again, that stuff.
This is my bag right here. All the rest of that is hers.
and all of that is my stuff. So jump in.
You carry a lot of bags, though, man.
That's okay. I do. I have to be ready in season and out of season. Go ahead.
Well, I was just wondering. I was just marinating on this question of whether or not people have to be fully healed in order to enter a relationship, or whether it is something that you can do together.
Let me help y'all out here.
Okay.
Because I just had. I say thank you.
Look at it.
Thank you, Holy Ghost, for this. Because the Holy Ghost just gave me something. We was talking about all the luggage that you bring on a vacation.
Ooh, okay.
And all this luggage that you bring, I know she have a lot of luggage. I know there's a lot of baggage that come with my wife. I come with just a cup full. She got a whole pot full. I understand that.
Oh, shade.
No, there's not no shade.
Okay.
But the irony and the beauty of it all is I accept her baggage.
Oh, but it's
and I take the baggage with me because I know the baggage is there. I know it's there. Now I'm talking about all that luggage.
Everything in there.
You need all of your baggage. And so I recall a time I used to get frustrated with all the luggage, and we're not just talking about just the baggage on the. This is a metaphor. Yeah. So this is thank you, Holy Ghost. But this is what makes a beautiful relationship. When you're able to accept one another's baggage. That's what makes it so beautiful.
But how do you know?
That's when you know that you have something special. That's when you know. And so
it's okay with me having all these extra bags?
Baby, you have not changed that in 50 years. So why would I try to metaphorically,
honestly, or whatever.
Metaphorically, spiritually, physically, or any way you want to look at it. Yeah.
Okay, Bella, come on.
I know
Bella. I can't stand you, but anyway, come on, Bella.
Okay, so I guess I'll say I was recently in a relationship, ended right before I started here, so around April. It was short term, but me and my partner, we had a few issues in the sense that our problems were very similar. We both had depression, we both had ADHD, and it was very difficult to support each other because we had those issues. And now I'm realizing I have a lot more issues than I can handle. So maybe this is my young kind of naive impression of it, but I believe that you need to be healed to an extent before you have that relationship. I don't think you need to be perfect and everything, because guess what? That doesn't exist.
Exactly.
But like with my family, I couldn't heal without them. Sometimes you need someone to lean on. So you need to be healed to an extent to where you can grow and change, but with that person. So you can't be fully broken, but you don't have to be completely put back together.
100%.
Sometimes you need that help. And that is when you can rely on a partner.
And that's the other thing too. It's not because there's something y'all said, y'all kind of cutting up a little bit, but you're like, you gonna carry my baggage? He's like, I've been having it for like 50 years, right?
Yeah.
But like in reality though, if you really look at it, like we always paint this idea of baggage as like, oh, you need to take it all out. You need to have just so you have like a cute little purse kind of thing, right? At the end of the day, kind of what Bella was getting at, you just, whoever you find, whoever you end up with in life has to be someone that like, cause you either have to make the decision to make your baggage lighter for the other person, if it's healthy, right? If it's not healthy, then like, bye-bye.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, there's someone who might just be like a bodybuilder kind of thing. They can carry the baggage and they're willing to
carry the baggage while you get
it's not
stronger.
just about you healing. It's what they're willing to put up with.
And it's not just a physical bodybuilder. You have to be a mentally bodybuilder. You have to be a mental bodybuilder.
The point is someone strong enough and willing enough to be with you in it. I just thought of like a good analogy for it. So take something broken, like you have a vase and you break it. That vase is your mental health, your being. And you can try and be with someone and have them help you put the pieces together. But if you don't have all the pieces, if you lost them and they're under the couch, they can't help you put it back together. So you need to find all the pieces, gather them, and then you can have help. You need to have a steady hand.
Really good.
You can hold the pieces and they can glue it together. They can hold it steady, and you like that's what I'm saying.
Even if you have a cracked vase and neither of y'all know how to plant, you can put like a broken vase with the plant and everything like in the pot. And then just kind of like
that's really good. But I'm gonna tell y'all, they are cutting up in here. Lanita.
Yeah.
Lanita. I'm calling out Lanita. So first let's go to Terry. Look at what Terry said, and then we're gonna go to Lanita over here.
All righty. So Terry said, how long should I fight for it? Good question.
Okay, and then what
how long should she fight for?
No. Go ahead. Yeah, let's go to Lanita's response.
Lanita responds, if the other party is not willing to fight, how long are you going to fight versus live?
Oh, baby, let me tell you. That's why I had to go there. Lanita, let me tell you, if mama had a bag of dollars, I would drop it on the table and say, that's the answer. How long are you going to fight for it? So I love that. And I'm going to ask you, Molly, based off of what Terry just said, what would you say if you hadn't heard Lanita's?
If I had heard Lanita?
Yes.
Well, I wish Lanita, I wish I had heard you say that years ago.
Yes.
But I think like that is the
that's
truth
the key.
in a nutshell, is that when you are so consumed with fighting for your relationship that it's starting to compromise your life and who you are, because you will see it. You'll start losing who you are.
Yes.
In this, because you're fighting for it and you're in this mindset of like, oh, I have to think about this. I have to think about this. You're constantly in like this stress state because you're having to fight for it. And that is not living.
That's not living.
That is not living. I don't think it's possible to put like a time frame on it. I think it's very individual, but it does require some self-recognition to be able to say like, oh my, and that's a hard thing, is to be able to take that step back and say like, wait, this is not me living my life. This is me being consumed by this fight for this.
And I'm going to ask you guys this, and this is going to sound probably crazy. So say you have someone, a friend that's been in our family member that's been in a relationship for years. Okay. And you can look at that individual and truly see that person is not happy. You know, they're I don't even want to say that they're living, because you can just see it. What would you say to this? You absolutely love this person, you care about, everybody jump in, even in the comments. What can you say to this person?
I got what you're saying here. And so I'm going to respond to that question as well as Terry's question as well. And so my idea is, if you're fighting for a relationship, if you're fighting to change an individual in a relationship to mend and mimic what you want it to be, you've already lost the fight.
Real good.
You sitting there fighting against yourself right now. But if you are in a relationship, you're fighting for the relationship with an individual. We're not trying to change the individual. We're trying to get as close as we can to accepting the individual for who him or her are, should I say.
Yes.
That should be the goal, in my opinion.
Okay.
That's just Lawrence's opinion.
Okay, that's just Lawrence's opinion.
Yes.
Well, I like that, but I'm still going to go back to, because I want to know, and I like that. I love that you said that, but I don't even like it. I love it. But I want to say,
Well, we'd have been divorced a long time ago if I wanted to change you and you wanted to change me, right?
True, but my question goes back to how long, if you're seeing someone that you care about, and taking us out of it, if you're seeing someone that you care about, and actually who I want to see jump into this, I want to see Rosemary, please jump on this comment. If you see someone that you care about and
in a miserable state,
they're in a miserable state, but they're in this relationship, they've been in this relationship for forever. There is no joy anywhere coming out. It's almost like they're in the room and it is dry wood. They have nothing going on. You're just existing. What can you, as an individual that care about this person, what can you say to that person that really can help that person? Or when can they go? Or what would you suggest?
So I think, first of all, I'll start with what not to do, which is to tell them like your relationship sucks. Okay. I have never seen that work. And oftentimes what I've seen, in fact, is that when friends who have seen that situation, and I've been on the receiving end and I've been the friend who's trying to intervene, is that people are very possessive of their relationships, and they
good, bad, or
whatever. And if they have an outside force that they see is trying to interfere with that, they're going to alienate that force. And so you're actually going to move them like closer away from you, and closer. You're just going to the thing that you see is not good. Yes.
Isolate that abuse.
That's what I've seen in my experience. And so I think contrary to that, it's helping that person either connect with what gave them joy before, or those pieces of themselves that gave them joy before, or come to the recognition that those pieces are no longer there. And that way they can draw those connections of like, oh, I used to love to paint, or I used to love to go running in the park, but now all I do is sit at home and wonder like what my partner is doing, and I'm on the phone. Like, so just bringing up like, hey, like, do you want to go for a run? Like, why is that? Why do you not feel that way? Trying to connect, trying to like motivate them to
get outside of that,
to get outside and reconnect with those pieces of themselves, or to at least acknowledge the loss. Because people in that state, they don't realize how much they have given up, because it happens so gradually that they don't see themselves like going down that path. And then all of a sudden you turn around and you're like, wait, like all the things that I love are way over there,
and I'm over here.
It's like being in the beach of Galveston and just get caught up in the current, and you start off here in the current, and now all of a sudden you're a mile down.
You over in 23 years. How did I get there? Yes, 100%. Aaron, I saw you. You wanted to jump in?
Yeah.
Oh, you just want to see your face. We see you, Aaron. But she got that. Hold on, y'all. Aaron said, before I talk, you need to see me because my face is beat this morning. Come on.
Well, she couldn't have a
from Thursday.
She didn't have a visual last week, so she
there you go. Come on in, Aaron.
But yeah, no. So there was two things. One, I think before you go in, like, and you see something, I think you should have the responsibility to ask yourself if you're willing to be a part of the solution. Because everyone, and I mean everyone, always sees problems, but very few are actually willing to walk with someone in their own mess, right? So if you're gonna poke around and try to like, oh, quote unquote, fix something, are you actually gonna take the time to be a part of it? I think that's something like we got to be honest about. And if you're not, then it's like, you can give them all the signs, but like, are you gonna give them the support?
Ooh,
right, I think that's and then the second thing is just like a helpful tip in general. Always ask questions, never give statements. Because if I tell you, hey, Miss Carter, you look beautiful, right? She's gonna pick it up, be like, oh, thank you, or she's gonna be like, oh yeah, I know, move on, right? But if I ask her, hey, where did you get your makeup at, right? I noticed last week your makeup was nicer, or like it could be different, right? But like, where'd you get your makeup at? Oh, did you go to a new store? I don't know if that's quite how does it make you feel, right?
Yes.
So when you ask questions, it invites them to participate, whereas if you give them statements, it's open and shut down.
Oh,
I love that.
That is really. Did y'all hear that?
When you going? You got your license?
No, this is all TV land. But I did get a degree for religion
Let me tell you, that is really good. You know, Aaron, it's going back to your earlier statement, talking about your growth. You know, just knowing and just seeing the growth that you've had over these last, how many years you've been here with me?
Been here 3 years.
3 years. You know, if you guys would have known Erin when she walked in.
We talked about that.
Yes, when she walked in as an intern 3 years ago, a hot mess. And so this is a prime example of betting on seeing someone more than they see themselves and then investing in them.
Yeah, let me tell y'all, it probably took a good year and a half before. Like,
how many times you got fired?
No. The question is, how many times should I have been?
Yeah, right.
Nah, but jokes aside though, I think it really was like a good year and a half before like things started clicking in my own brain. Yeah. Right. Cause like it's my first like big girl job where like I didn't have someone I already knew. I grew up around all these people. Right. I was a college student. Right. And I'm also going from like, I was thinking I was going to like get like my high school degree, my bachelor's, my master's, my doctorate kind of thing. But then the weirdest thought of like, you know what? I don't want to get a master's right now. And I was literally like the school of life kind of thing. So I'm in my going into my senior year. Right.
Yes.
But just literally having to unlearn how to be so in depth in a zone versus getting the scope to see the bigger picture.
And the reason, and I'm so glad you brought that up because again, that's just like a relationship. So I was actually bringing that up to Erin about Erin and her growth. It's kind of like a relationship. So you have to be willing to put the work in.
And she did that.
You know, and you have to be willing to see the ugly. And if you're willing to do more work than the person is willing to do on themselves, you have to be willing to say, you know what? I'm gonna have to move you aside. I'm gonna have to do something different. And then you may have to come back and you either have to fight for it. I think what I'm trying to say, Erin fought for herself. I couldn't fight for her anymore. I had to do the hard thing with her. And she said,
fire.
I didn't fire her. No. But I had to make some shifts so that she can fight for herself and see the value that I saw in her, that got placed in her. And I'm really just talking about relationships. Everything in life, it goes right back to the growth. What are you willing to put in for yourself? So again, the love I had to fight.
The love I had to fight for.
Yes.
I was gonna just say, so my mom has this quote that she uses all the time. You can't fight within a logical person. You can't use logic within a logical person. So if you are in a relationship or just having a conversation or trying to fight for it, and they are saying things that just don't make sense, aren't true, like you said, ask questions. If
delusional.
Yes. Well, what color do you think the sky is? And they say purple. I can no longer have a conversation.
I can't have a conversation with you.
I can't do that anymore. So that's just another thing I wanted to bring in there was
very good.
You can't fight within a logical person.
You can't. And let's go to Sandy. Sandy over here. Yeah, y'all are really enjoying this show. And thank you guys for joining in. What did Sandy Parks just say?
So we have Sandy. She said, if you're fighting for love alone, then don't. You can't clap with one palm of your hand. I like that.
Did y'all catch that? Imagine I'm by myself and I'm doing it all by myself. Nobody's helping you. I can't clap. But Sandy, if that other person, come on, Molly, let's clap. Hey, if I got someone that's on the same page with me, that's willing to do it, maybe they can't raise the other hand, but they can raise a hand and we can go together. I love that. That is so beautiful. Okay, let's keep it going. And any other questions y'all want to throw at us before we wrap this thing up?
Okay, I think there might be.
I was gonna say.
Oh,
I don't like.
Okay.
So I have one.
I knew you did.
Like,
I knew you did.
And I kind of want to hear from Molly. Okay.
Yes.
Oh boy. How? So with your whole life experience, all the ups and downs, the left and right, right? What would you say to someone who not only like, oh, they fought and like it like not just someone's like, oh, they're fighting for their love and it keeps falling apart kind of thing, right? But it's someone who like has a pattern of that. Do you think that it's like it's defeating to the person themselves, or is it more so the idea that like like is it something within themselves that they have to fix, or is it the people that they're looking for?
That's a good question.
So I guess I have to ask kind of like a definition of terms in that, like, is it a pattern with the same person, or is it a pattern with like multiple people, like every love that they're in?
Let's say it's like, because we all grow and change, right? So let's say it's someone who like in their teen years, it's teen years, right? Your early 20s, maybe even your 30s. It's like you even come across different people, or if it's the same, does it matter if it's like that, or what do you think?
Like if you're just continually fighting, I think that I hate to say this because it is a little bit cliche, but like the love that I have now is so easy. And that doesn't mean that we don't have our struggles and that we're not fighting to grow. But I think like the tendrils of thought that have been coalescing here are that it's about like whether the other person is fighting alongside you. So if you are fighting those battles alone, I don't know if this speaks to your question, but if you're continually fighting those battles alone, that may be more indicative of like some disquiet in your own spirit.
Yes.
Like that's you're asking someone else to fix.
Yeah, you can't like you just, all you know is the fight. All you know is like, I have to fix this. I have to make this work. I have to do X, Y, Z. And the thing about the fighting is it should not be constant. Like you should not be in a relationship where you are constantly like fighting for
or fight
whatever.
Or
fight, right?
Yes.
Like, and if that is a pattern that you're seeing, I think that then becomes an opportunity for you to take that step back and say like,
what is going on?
Okay, I'm in this pattern of fighting, but like, am I at peace with myself? Like, is the fight that I'm really fighting like within me, rather than within these relationships?
Are you, the question is like, are we even projecting?
Yes, yes, because
really
I think
good.
that's the thing, is that people who are constantly trying to like fix these relationships and make them fit into a preconceived like mold, is that they have their own idea of how things should go, and so they need to like re-examine like, where does that come from? Is that acceptable? Like, and how can I accept like the things that I can't change? Because that's the thing with fighting. Like, there are things that you can fight for, and then there are things that are just immutable.
That is, I love that.
They're just going to exist.
That's very good, Brother Carter.
So I don't know if I actually answered your question.
On the other side of a question, if you find yourself in the same fight in different relationships, maybe we need to stop looking at the other person and trying to see if they can fix the situation.
Yes. You are the problem. Yeah, that's really good. Final thoughts. Go ahead. We have
one last comment before our final thoughts.
Okay.
From my mama.
Oh, come on, Mama.
Said, they need your support. They need to know that they will not be alone in figuring life. When I was first separated, a friend took me out and buy a Christmas tree and brought it into my house.
Oh, that's really good. So that was the question that we were talking about. Her answer to her statement to what we were talking about. Yeah. When will a friend? When do you need to tell a friend? Very good. So she had a friend that really saw what she was going through versus trying to tell her how to deal with it. She just kind of wanted to just bring some, she was there to support it. She wanted to put some light in it.
And that's something that I'm learning. I had issues with my best friend, and I've been like trying to help her and just say this and that and kind of be so upfront, and that just wasn't working. So now I'm just here to support her. If she has issues and she falls, I'm going to catch her.
Well, and it's so funny you say that, because that was my whole mode of operating. I want to say, over half of my life. I can't even say the majority of my life was trying to fix everything and everybody. And what I found out, I no longer do that anymore. What I found out was I was still trying to fix something that was broken in me. I was playing this mini God that I needed to go out. I saw a need. I needed to go fix it. And I was literally making myself sick at trying to fix everybody's problems and leaving myself empty and broken. And so now I don't try to fix it. I'm a sounding board, but I'm still very protective of how much I'm allowing to come into me. You know, I care. I'm going to always care, but I don't allow myself to take on everybody's stuff. So I choose when I want to talk. You know, if my phone ring, I would pick it up. If someone sent me a message and they were going through, I was going to respond to it. I don't do that anymore.
So you're no longer an air filter that just take everybody trash and let them filter themselves through you.
I can't, no. And you really have to think about that because it really does make you unhealthy. All of that garbage was sitting inside of me. And I don't even want to call it garbage because it wasn't. It was all of that stuff, their pain, their issues, things that I had no control over.
Weight.
It was all just sitting right there in me. And I didn't realize how much.
Yeah, filters. And people was pouring their junk through you.
Yes. And literally, I walked
around.
The
clean air can come out on the other side for them, but the filter is full of all the trash.
It was just dirty right there. So, this has been a great show.
Final thoughts?
I guess I'll be the last one. Go ahead, Molly.
Okay.
Yes. The love I had to fight for. What do you want to leave the people with, and especially Fletcher?
Can I start?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me take
Because I want to end this note on something that's really key. You know, mental health is a real issue, a very live issue, especially today. And so I have a question in the midst of my final thought, though. Do we give too much energy to the negative thoughts that we have?
Oh, yes, 100%.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. And so in order for, I'm looking at the title of the show, The Love I Had to Fight For. The love I have to fight for is really internally within my own thought process. And so all of us that are going through some real issues. I don't want to minimize that people are going through some serious mental issues there. But we have to get to a level where we're not just giving over to these thoughts, these negative feelings and thoughts and all this stuff that we're doing that's damaging ourselves day in and day out. Bella reads a lot of books, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
But have you read the Bible? Have the Bible been a part of those books that you read? It's a question. No. So I just want to encourage somebody out there today, somebody out there listening right now. I don't have all the answers. I know I sit in and I pour out to people that like I got it all together. I'm working out my own issues, my own salvations myself. But I'm finding it easier. The more I read the Bible, the more I learn scriptures and pour into my heart, the tables of my heart, the more I learn of the scriptures, it makes life a little more easier for me.
Yeah.
That I'm able to adapt a little easier to negative thoughts. I'm able to rebuke those negative thoughts when they come into my head so I can get myself back into a equal medium place, should I say.
Okay.
And so I just want to encourage someone out there that's listening today to please read your Bible, pick up the Bible, read it, learn of the good things that are in the Bible, because that's all I want to know.
Actually, you know, and I love that you said that because what he's speaking to, what helped him, what saved him. He's not
the love I had to fight for.
There you go.
Was in me.
Because I love that you said that, and you know, you just asked Bella. You only use Bella because she loves to read, so it has nothing to do with where she needs to be in your eyes. So there was no judgment. But no judgment. But I love that you said that's what saved you.
Yeah.
If you knew how low, and you know, he talks about it, being on drugs, you know, losing it all. That's what saved him. And that's what he had to hold on to get where he had.
That's what I know work.
For work.
It worked, period.
And period.
Yeah. And not just for me.
But for everybody.
The scriptures is there for everyone. And everyone can learn of how to transform their thoughts, transform their minds. Everybody can learn how to do that if we just take the time to do it. Stop giving weight to the negative thoughts.
Ooh.
If we give too much weight to it, it becomes you.
And again, what I was trying to say, I love that you're so transparent with yourself because and with the Carter crew.
That's my final thoughts.
Yeah. That was your final thought. And I love that because you saying that even for a person like me, you know, when things get heavy, pick that word up. What an amazing way to end this show. I thank you guys. This has been an amazing show. I thank you, Fletcher. What was her name? Wow. Yes. Say it again. Rosemary. Yes, Rosemary. Thank you so much for actually putting that thought, that comment for us to have the show in there because I really have enjoyed this show. I hope that you guys have walked away with something. To the amazing Carter crew, until next Saturday, send me a little love. Go out with some love.
Houston, Texans, getting down today, 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock, okay. For you guys, if you can, hit that like button as you go out. I love you guys. Until next Saturday, let's look at the screen and show some love.